Hello and welcome to Dating Dilemmas. This is a new feature. I'm going to be answering your dating questions, so please send them in. You can email me, direct message me, or you can comment beneath these videos. Today's dilemma is, why do I always fall for unavailable people? For unavailable men, unavailable women, for commitment-phobes. This is a big question. It comes in all the time in my coaching practice and on my courses and retreats. And also it's a question that I asked myself for many, many years. I kept falling for unavailable people. What do I mean by unavailable? So the person might be married to someone, attached to someone else, in a relationship. They might be single, but they might still be longing for the person that they broke up with. So they might not be entirely free. The person might also be completely detached from their own feelings and emotions. And this could be because they are numbing out on something. So they might be drinking too much, addicted to alcohol, addicted to work, to drugs, to sex, to exercise, to religion. So there's no space for their own emotions. They can't connect to their own emotions, which means they can't connect to yours. The person might also be living many, many miles away. So physical unavailability. So on a different continent, in a different city. Now, I'm not saying these relationships can't work, but it might be a pattern that you're following, that you keep falling for these distant people. So what can we do about it? Well, it's important to understand why this keeps happening. And the biggest revelation for me was when I understood that I was the common denominator in all my failed relationships. So I was the one who kept falling for commitment-phobes, for people who lived on different continents, to people who are addicted to things, to people who are detached from their feelings. And there could be two reasons why we do this. One is because we don't feel like we deserve somebody in our lives. We don't feel like we deserve love. We feel unlovable. And this could have deep roots. It might go way back to our childhoods, perhaps to being rejected or abandoned, to not feeling good enough, to not feeling worthy of love. So we feel unlovable. And the second reason is because we're really afraid of commitment ourselves. We're afraid of commitment ourselves because our first experiences of a committed, loving relationship were very painful. So, if in my case, my dad moved out, my parents divorced, and that was my first experience of a loving relationship with a man, and it was painful. So I can remember that pain. My subconscious stores that pain. So for me, commitment, deep love with a man meant hurt, pain, being abandoned, being left, being rejected. So why on earth would I want to do that again? And sometimes we look at our relationship history and we think, I'm not afraid of commitment. I'm always getting into relationships. I'm longing for a relationship. I'm always looking for someone. But that constant search, always dating, always being in a relationship, it could be that means we are also afraid of commitment. Because if you look at the people you're dating, that you're going out with, if none of them are available, then that will suit you if you are afraid of commitment. So just because you're dating a lot or in relationships a lot, it doesn't mean that this isn't an issue for you, this commitment phobia. So the bottom line is, we might be falling for commitment phobes because we are afraid of commitment ourselves or because we feel unlovable. So how do we get over this? Well, we work on our self-esteem. We give ourselves lots of love. We heal our early wounds. And, this doesn't happen overnight. We connect to the wounded child inside. We give her lots of love and compassion and support. We tell her that she is enough. We reassure her that we're not going to leave her and abandon her. And then we understand those deep wounds. We connect with the pain of those first times when we were rejected or abandoned. And we spend some time healing that pain. And then the bad news and the good news is that we need to walk towards the fire. So once we've done some healing, once we've built some solid foundations of self-love and self-care and a healthy inner oak tree, as I call it, then we can move into looking for a relationship. So we have to go towards the thing that scared us the most. We have to walk towards the fire. So if you are avoiding dating or avoiding relationships, then it's only going to get worse, because then the fear will build. Our fear of commitment will build. Our fear of relationship will build. So we need to walk towards the fire. We need to take the show on the road. We need to practice dating, because our hurt happened in relationship and our healing happens in relationship too. So it's only once we get into relationships, once we start dating, that we can allow ourselves to feel some of the fear that and the pain that happened that first time around. And then we can heal it. We can bring it up so that we can heal it. So I hope that helps. Just to recap, you might be drawn to commitment phobes, people who won't commit to you because you have a deep fear of commitment yourself, which will be rooted in your childhood experiences, or because you don't feel lovable or worthy of love or worthy of a whole person to yourself. That's why you accept crumbs, you accept people who are married to someone else or in a relationship, but you deserve a whole person. You are lovable. And we get over that by healing, by touching the pain, feeling the pain, talking about the pain, writing about the pain, sharing about the pain, and then walking towards the fire, putting ourselves in the same position that scared us the most, and realizing that as long as we have solid foundations, we're going to be okay. I hope that helps. It's been lovely to share with you, and do send in your dating questions. See you next time. Bye.